Today on Tokyo Portfolio, we are in the residential streets of Meguro to show you what you can get for 2 billion yen. That comes out to just under $14 million. That's a lot of money in any city, but even in Tokyo, that's a lot of money, right? So right over here is where this house is. I've been walking by this place about 10 years now, really wanting to see what is inside. And today we have a very special tour. So let's go see what's inside this place. But before we go inside, let's go see the neighborhood. This house is near a station in the center of Meguro called Gakuge Daigaku, which is less than 10 minutes by train to Shibuya. The neighborhood has a great mix of restaurants and bars, while also giving you serenity in Himonya Park, which features a pond. Popular spots here include the third wave coffee shop Woodbury Coffee, the craft beer bar Five Trees, and bougie Vietnamese restaurant Stan's Banh Mi, which is known for its selection of Japanified Vietnamese eats paired with natural wines. But enough about the neighborhood, let's get back to the property. So now we are inside the grand entrance of this house, and you can't really tell from your angle maybe, but you have these really high ceilings in here, which we'll get to in a minute. First off, I just want to show you what kind of storage this place has in the beginning, right? In every Japanese house, you have to take off your shoes in the entrance and then put them somewhere. So in this place, they just decided to take this whole entire area and turn it all in to shoe storage. Right? So every single door that you're seeing right here is either shoe storage, and some of them are actually coat closets as well. But this entire section is basically the first thing that you walk into. Your walk-in shoe closet and everything closet. But right next to that, you do have something that is pretty hard to find in Japan, which would be a very large, at least in my opinion, garage. Now, this garage can fit up to 2 cars of any size that you really want. And that's really saying something because Tokyo is lacking on space, but this place has plenty of it. The whole house is about 409 square meters. That comes out to about maybe 4,400 square feet. So it's very large. And yeah, you can fit your very large car in here, including a G-Wagon. Now, one other thing about this garage I want to quickly point out is that it does actually have an EV car charge port right here. So you can put your Tesla in there, whatever kind of electric car you want, maybe not a Tesla, and yeah, charge it up all night. So let's go see the rest of the interior. So coming out of the walk-in shoe closet in the garage area, we get right into the main part of this house, the living, dining, kitchen setup. And I said earlier that the ceilings are quite high in this house. Well, at least for the living, dining, kitchen area, they definitely are. These are 3.4 meter high ceilings, which come out to just about maybe 11 or 12 feet high. So that's really high, at least for this city, right? You can see you have plenty of space around here, even just for the living room. This living room area is actually larger than most living, dining kitchens that you'll see in Japan, like all 3 of them put together. So this is huge, right? You have your big old TV over here. You could probably go a bit bigger if you wanted to. Big old sofa over here. And also all of this furniture is included if you would like it. But let's go check out the dining room, which is right next to the living room. Just step up these 2 stairs. You can see you have this nice kind of like mortar concrete look to the floor over here, and a large table right over here. You could sit 8 seats right here, maybe even 10 if you really wanted to push it. But yeah, this is quite nice to have. Again, in a country where you don't really get space, so space is a luxury over here. Right next to that, the original owner of this house actually had not a child, but a furry child, so they decided to make this little dog area over here, right? So instead of having a crate for their dog or dogs, they just decided to make this whole area right here dog-friendly, right? Including this little glass fence thing right here, which I love. And if you don't want this, you can always take it out and turn it into maybe like a little changing room. And why would you need a changing room right here? We'll see later on. But coming over here, just to show you what other kind of stuff we have in this dining room, you have this whole custom-made piece right here, which you can put all of your, cutlery and dishes, all that kind of stuff, whatever you like in here. But you also have a built-in Miele Nespresso machine. Right on the other side over here, you have your wine fridge. So this thing will hold plenty of wine. I'm just counting maybe somewhere around 50 or 60 bottles. That's great to have. if you like wine, right? And right next to that, just come down one step, you get into the kitchen. And this is a very well stocked kitchen. I'm just gonna go one by one to show you what this thing has. You have, first off, a very large counter space right over here. This is tile, kind of looks like marble, but it's actually a ceramic tile, so it doesn't get stained at all, which is really nice. Right next to that, you have this thing, right? So kind of looks like maybe not an oven, but I don't know, maybe in a deep fryer? No, it is not either of those things. It is, in fact, a griddle, which definitely needs to be cleaned. But this griddle will allow you to make your own burgers in here, or, well, what they do in Japan is called teppanyaki. In America, we would call that hibachi, so like benihana, think something like that. You can have a guy here making your volcanoes with shrimp and then flinging the little shrimp into your mouth. That's not actually how it is over here. But you do have a griddle, which is more than most places can say about their kitchens. Right next to that, you do have, of course, a full-size Miele dishwasher. And yeah, great for when you have your friends and family come over. And not only one sink over there, which is mostly for purified water, but two sinks. And this is, of course, being Japan, a very large sink. They tend to like very big sinks in this country. And this sink has two separate little areas inside of it, so you can wash your dishes over here and then maybe dry them over here. I don't know, you can kind of figure out how you want to do that yourself. Next to that, you have more counter space with this kind of brushed stainless steel over here, and your not 3-burner stove. You only usually see 3 in Japan, but if you count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's right. You have a combination of gas stoves and also 2 induction heat stoves. So for people who prefer one or the other, you have both, right? Right below here, just like the other appliances that we saw, you do also have a full-sized Miele oven. So that's great, right? And, you know, one oven is good enough for most people, but sometimes you just need to have one oven doing one thing and another oven doing another thing. So this oven right here also has a built-in microwave function. So yeah, you can just microwave something over here and oven something over there, heat something up in the oven over there, or you can bake in both of them at the same time if you really want to. It also comes with this fridge, but I'm sure you probably want to get a new fridge. But yeah, that is the kitchen. There is one other thing on this floor that I want to show you, which is right over there. So let's go see what that is. Coming out of that kitchen, you have a pretty large pantry over there, you can see right now, but that's not the interesting thing about this floor other than the kitchen. Well, first off, you have a bathroom over here. Always great to have a guest bath, and this bathroom has a couple of things in it that are pretty rare. First off, you have this Dyson sink and dryer thing, right? So this is all automatic. Just put your hands into here, and then when you're done washing your hands, this being a Dyson, it will blow everything off of you, like, oh man, yeah. I feel violated. Yeah, and you can come into here and you have, again, your guest bath. And in Japan, it's kind of an old way of doing it, but sometimes you will find that they have not only a regular toilet, but also a urinal in their bathrooms as well. And this one does have that. It's a nice little lixil. And right next to that, I've said this on the channel before, the rounder the toilet, the better it is, right? And this is, as you can probably tell, the roundest toilet that they have on the market. This is the Toto NeoRest NX, the top of the line Toto. It does everything you can ever imagine. Yeah, and it also flushes, so that is great. But it looks like a spaceship, and I love these things. So yeah, kudos on the designer who decided to put that in. But right next to that is this. And you can see you have this big black door right here with, of course, this very heavy duty door handle. What would this be? Anybody in the music industry might have seen these before. This is a studio door that leads to a soundproofed room right here. So one of the previous owners of this house decided to turn this into a soundproofed room, which is great to have. if you like being loud or if you like to record music. The old owner of this had a drum set in here. If you have the door closed right there, you can't really hear anything from outside, so that's great. But yeah, you do also have a little window over here. This being Japan, and just due to how the laws work, they have to put shutters on the first floor. You know, just lets a little extra light in if you open it up. Not really much of a view, but yeah, that's the electric shutters that they have on the wall in this room. So coming out of the studio area, that's it for this floor. So let's go see what the rest of the house has. Well, you can check it out right through your own little home elevator. So let's go up to the third floor. So we've headed up to the third floor, and as you can see, it's quite bright up here, mostly because of this massive balcony, which we're going to get to in a second. But there's something that you can't see from up here, but you can definitely feel if you are here, and that's that it's not hot, right? And the reason behind this is because, unlike almost every house and apartment in Japan, this place has central heat and AC. So that's for the entire house, including up here. There's vents. I don't even know where they are, but they're working because it is not hot up here, even though it is very hot outside. And speaking of outside, let's go see what this balcony has to offer. So we are outside here on this balcony, and I forgot my sunglasses, so I'm practically being blinded because it is very, very sunny today, even though it is actually very cloudy. But you can see from here just how close you are to the station. In a second, you might be able to see the trains whizzing by, but you can't really hear it from up here, which is nice, and especially if you're inside, you can't really hear anything. It's just about to rain, so let's get back inside. Whew. Japanese summers are interesting, but yes, coming right over here, there's one last thing I wanted to show you on this floor. It's right under here. So this is a product of Japanese architectural law, which basically says that if you have a neighbor to the north of you, which you basically do if you're in Tokyo, then you're going to have to build the roof on the north side at a certain angle so that they can get sunlight throughout the day. And that's what is going on over here. Over there, you can have high ceilings. On the north side, you have to have low ceilings. But over here, they decided to use this whole ceiling kerfuffle to give you extra storage. So they decided not only to use the north side of this place as storage, but also the east side, which you can see goes on and on and on and on and wow. It keeps on going on, actually. But this is great to have if you just need a little extra storage, and it's also the perfect place for kids to play hide and seek. Let's go see the second floor, which has all the bedrooms. Coming down the stairs from the third floor onto the second floor, first off, you do have another toilet right over here. Not as big of a toilet, nor is it as nice of one as the one downstairs, but it's still a pretty decent sized normal little Japanese toilet. Does all the things that you'd want it to do. You have another elevator entrance right over there if you don't want to walk up and down the stairs, of course. So this is the bedroom floor. You can kind of tell because they have carpet at least in the hallway over here just to make things a little bit quieter. Now, right over here is the first of the three bedrooms on this floor. You have this one, which is the second largest, right? So in a lot of Japanese houses and apartments, this would be about the size of the master bedroom, maybe in the size of a living room in some places, so it's quite large for this country. At least you can see you have these nice herringbone floors right over here. You have a big old window over there on the south side, letting in all of the natural light that you would ever want. And right over here, right through this arched little way right over here, is the walk-in closet, and it is quite large. This is basically the size of a Japanese bedroom. Right? Just this little closet right over here is about the size of a Japanese bedroom. You can see you have all of this area right over here to put everything you would ever need, and everything over here is adjustable as well if you want to have higher or lower shelves. That is it for this bedroom. There's one last little feature I want to show you though, and that is this right here. So accidentally turned it on, but this is your underfloor heating. And I didn't really point this out in the other parts of the house tour, but everything that we've seen up until now, every room we've seen up until now, basically has its own heating under the floor as well. So we're talking about the living, dining, kitchen, the hallways, and well, all the bedrooms as well. So you can see this little box when you're looking around Japanese houses, that is floor heating. We can get into the second bedroom right over here, which is right next to that first one that we saw. It's a lot smaller, but it's still a nice square, and you do have the big old window over here giving you, again, that natural light. Makes things feel a bit larger, less claustrophobic, and just overall nicer, in my opinion. I think this place is perfect for an office, and you can see they even have a desk over here with its own little hole right over there, so you can plug things in below and then string them up. Great for computers, right? And all of this shelf storage up here, and even more right behind me. But this is, of course, just the second bedroom on this floor, so let's go see the master bedroom. Coming through this Italian door made by Lualdi. I don't know why they decided to import a door, but still pretty cool, right? You have the master suite. And, well, first off, let's just check out the walk-in closet, or at least the first walk-in closet. This one, right? So it's quite large, but it's very narrow. Some people like that, some people don't. But it's nice, you know, it's easy to figure out where things are. You have maybe your bigger clothes over here. You have some t-shirts and other kinds of, I don't know, small foldable kind of things. On this side, again, these all adjust up and down as you would like as well. But this place also has another little area over here, notably the safe room, literally the safe room, which you can close off with this sliding door. I'm calling it the safe room because, well, there's a safe in it. Would you look at that? The battery's dead right now, so I'm not gonna open it for you. But right over here, you do have your actual sleeping area, right? So what I'm assuming is you would probably put a bed right in the middle here if you're not from Japan, but because of how people sleep in Japan, they tend to have one bed over here and another bed right next to it, even for married couples. And that's why you can kind of tell how the layout works around that. You have a plug here, and a plug here, and your light controls right in the middle. So this means that you don't have to actually stand up to turn off the lights, right? You don't have to get out of bed to turn on and off the lights in the morning and in the evening. But you can put your TV right over here. They even have an HDMI port coming out of the wall just for you. Boom, just like that, right? You also have an entrance to the balcony that the other two bedrooms share, so that means that you're getting the south light from here, but you're also getting the western light. So in the afternoon, you're gonna be getting a nice sunset view just right there. Now, I said that there were two walk-in closets over here. I wasn't including that safe room as one of the walk-in closets. This right here is the other walk-in closet. So this whole thing is a custom-built closet by Molteni. They are a very, very expensive Italian furniture brands, but they also do closets, they also do kitchens and any kind of thing that has to do with... Now this whole thing is custom made, even down to the handles right here. So if you wanted to custom make a closet of this size and this kind of shape through Molteni right now, it would be over $100,000. Easily. It's a very, very expensive brand, but they have decided to, you know, put in little touches like these little areas that you can put your jewelry or something like that, and then these guys right over here where you can stick your neckties too, which I love little details like that. But that is it for this master suite, and you might notice that there's no bathroom in here. Well, there's a reason for that, and unfortunately, it's not a good one. It's because Japanese families generally only use one bath. So that means that they don't really need to have an ensuite bath in the master or anywhere, really. So that's kind of a problem. However, you do have all of this space in here, so it's pretty easy to stick a bathroom either in the more narrow walk-in closet over there, or if you really wanted to, you could always take out the Molteni closet and then turn this area into your ensuite bath. There is, of course, a bathroom on this floor, and it is quite interesting, so let's go see that. Now, to get to that bathroom that I just mentioned, you have to go down a couple of stairs into the, let's call it, first and a half floor, negative second floor, I don't know what you want to call this. But right next to the bathroom, which we'll get to in a second, you do have the tatami room. And this being Japan, it's always nice to have a little taste of the country that you're in, right? So they have these custom-made doors, shoji doors right here, which are fantastic, very lightweight, and they smell amazing too. And you come in here, and of course you have your tatamis. Now these are square tatamis, these are called Ryukyu tatamis, they're from Okinawa, and they're not the standard kind, which are the rectangles, but they look really, really nice nevertheless. You have the wooden ceiling right over here. This is a very common trope in Japanese design, to have wooden ceilings, and of course these hand-carved wooden floors as well. They kind of look like you took a spoon and tried tried to eat ice cream when it was too hard. You know what I'm talking about? But it feels really nice on the bottom of your feet either way. So yes, you do have a tokonoma over here. A tokonoma is just a little space on the corner where you can put like a little decoration or maybe a scroll or some kind of painting or flowers or something like that. And on the other side of it, you do have this little stage kind of area where you can lay down if you don't want to be on the tatami all the time and just open up your yukimi mado, as they call it, which is the little window that they have sometimes that allows you to see the snow when you're lying down. There's not much snow in Tokyo, but you know, still nice to have one of these, just a little extra sunlight in here. But again, this is not what I wanted to show you on this side of the floor. It's right over here, the bathroom. So let's finally go see that. So coming through the tatami room right over there, you have finally the bathroom. And just like downstairs we had the really round toilet, you have another Neorest NX right over here just waiting for you to use it, right? So big round toilet, of course, very nice. You have a dual vanity setup right over to your right, and then you can come into here and take a shower, right? So in Japan, what you always do is you take a shower first, or you wash off your whole body first, which you can do right here with both the rain shower and also this waterfall shower, and of course a handheld shower too. And then once you're done getting all cleaned up, you just climb right into your bathtub right next to that. And this is quite a large bath. You can fit easily 2 people in here, maybe even 3. You can tell you can fit 2 because you have pillows built into it. So you can have 2 people laying in here just looking out at the well, at least the light, right? Maybe put some plants out there, make it a bit greener or something like that. And also you have these jacuzzi jets in here, so that's always nice to have too, just to make you a little bit more relaxed. But this is not the only bath in here, and why would you need to have 2 baths? I'm not actually sure myself. Well, okay, I am actually. Come here, I'll show you why. So this is the second bath. This is much more of a Japanese looking bath. You can see you have your hinoki on the sides. This is a kind of Japanese wood that when you get it wet, it starts smelling really nice, right? And yeah, you can just climb right into here. And you also have this special kind of stone. It's called aodaishi. And this basically turns a little bit blue or green when you get it wet. So it looks really nice when you have a lot of water inside of here. But yeah, you kind of think, why do you need to have 2 different baths? And the reason being is that this one is no normal bath. This is a carbonated bath. Yeah, if you've ever been inside a Japanese public bath, you may have noticed that they have sometimes these baths that are bubble baths. And I'm not talking about like putting bubble bath into a bubble and making it foam up, nor am I talking about a jacuzzi. This is something completely different. We're talking about carbonated water. So this is a carbonated bath. So you can imagine that you're bathing in a huge bottle of Perrier or something like that. And apparently it's supposed to help with your skin, something like that, just make you a bit less tired. So yeah, you do have your bubble bath, carbonated bubble bath right in here. So you have your choice of a normal bath and a carbonated bath. And they actually have these big canisters that they put into the side of the house to give you your bubbles, which is kind of cool. So that's it for the bath area. Right next to the bathroom though, you do have your laundry room, and right over here you can see this is where you would fold your laundry. You have these nice countertops to do so on. You have all this storage space below, maybe to put your towels or linens or something like that. And right over here, this being the laundry room, of course you have to have space for a laundry machine. You have a tumble dryer already up here ready to go, and then you have 2 spaces for your washing machines right over here. So that's nice to have. You even have a little sink over here if you just need to wash off certain things. But that is it for the inside of this house, and there is something on the outside that I want to show you. So let's go downstairs and see what that is. Remember how I said earlier in the video that you could take that pet area and then turn it into a changing room? Well, there is a good reason that I said that, and that would be for this. So you can change in and out of your bathing suit and take a little dip into this pool right here. And I swear my feet are clean, so don't worry. But yes, you do have a pool, and this is very hard to find in Tokyo, as you can imagine, especially since the weather isn't really the greatest. It is raining right now, as you can see. But we'll stop here just so I can walk you through the specs of this house. The whole thing, again, is 409 square meters, or about 4,400 square feet. It's very large, right? It is a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom if you consider that tatami room to be its own bedroom, a 1.5 bath. But you could always add another bath or so in the master bedroom or maybe the second largest bedroom. And it is also very close to the station in one of Tokyo's most popular neighborhoods, Meguro. This place can be yours for 2 billion yen, which comes out to just about $13.5 million. And it is raining like a mofo right now, but go check out everything that you want to see about this place on our website at tokyoportfolio.com. Make sure that you subscribe to us, and of course, until next time, thanks for watching. God.